please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
Also present.
Charles Costick.
Here.
Dana Isabella.
Here.
Daniel Bosley.
Here.
James Coffey is absent, and I, Katie Pellucci, present.
Perfect. Is there anyone seeking public comment this evening? Seeing no one seeking public comment, move in advance to the supervisor's report. Three quick things. Want to share with you folks that I continue to engage with some colleagues up in Canada with some cross-border relations. And it's been a really quite an interesting opportunity to speak with some colleagues, both east and west, you know, not just directly in Montreal. And Mayor Janet McFetrich and I are actually meeting next week to talk about some initiatives here to just engage in, you know, some ambassador or friendship work with some folks, and looking forward to reporting more on that in the coming weeks with you. Similarly, I had an opportunity each year. Rotary typically has a tradition inviting myself and the mayor and some other individuals to come and speak with them once or twice a year, and had an opportunity to meet with the new Rotarian club. Got to highlight the weareplattsburgh.com website and some of the other initiatives that we're taking on regarding housing. For those of you that don't know, one of our very own, Dana, is a member of Rotary. We're lucky to have her in service in that club. But it was also a great opportunity, and you know, I'm kind of putting this in the public domain again. Any civic organization, any organizations that wants to invite myself or others, you know, as long as schedules and so on and so forth, happy to try to engage with that. But it was nice to hear directly from members some questions too, and some of the questions that were highlighted were NYSEG about the electric rates, and you know, kind of the work that we had put out there, and there was definitely an appreciation by members for us taking the lead and trying to advocate on behalf of people not only in the town but our region. There was a question regarding the infrastructure at the former Plattsburgh Air Force Base, the legacy infrastructure, so we continue to advocate with our federal partners on that, and a number of other things. So overall, I think it was a good opportunity. And then I also had an opportunity, because we are advancing towards the town's 240th anniversary in the beginning of April. I did a slide presentation, and really the slides are pretty more graphic than anything, like not a lot of writing, but I did a little bit of a timeline in the second kind of more recent area of things that influence the development or the trajectory of the town of Plattsburgh, and I thought it would be worthwhile just kind of referencing it here, because I think sometimes we don't necessarily think about that. Not only was the Plattsburgh Air Force Base coming here a significant transformational thing, the base closing, right? I-87, right? The I-87, and I have a photo where the interstate is being built, and you know how it bifurcated the town, right? Creating the town center. It's why, you know, Champlain Center Mall chose to, you know, build there. Art LaFave serving the town board, on the town board for about 28 years, and it was two-year terms. So significant things, and then more recently into our investment in the $24 million in our water and wastewater capital plan, how we incubated the infrastructure study at the former county airport to Clinton Community College, right? They're about to move and co-locate on the SUNY Plattsburgh campus. So there were still a lot of changes and develops and stuff, but I think overall the town, because we use that philosophy of plan the work, work the plan, even with some of the challenges that are ahead of us, there's lots of opportunities, and I just wanna thank the board for continuing to kind of like focus on where we've been, being present in the moment, but making sure that we're ready to invest in the future, because without that, you become stagnant, right? And there are many communities that you look around and you're like, wow, this was like a really great community a number of years ago, but you know, they kind of stopped investing in themselves and stopped investing in the people, and recreation is a great example for, you know, communities and stuff like that. So anyways, today we do have, it's a work session, we have draft materials, minutes, monthly reports, temporary seasonal hire for building and grounds, the 2 natural gas heaters for town hall, planning board member appointment, moving up from a alternate to permanent, a resolution authorizing an accept of a gift of an anchor from Clinton Community College. I want to give a little bit more context to that. With Clinton Community College moving over to the Plattsburgh University campus, there are a number of things that are being rehomed, is probably the best way to look at it. One of them is an anchor that has some historical relevance to being in the Plattsburgh Bay. And talking with Steve Frederick and John Rock, we have the ability to host it here in Town Hall, and there's also a cannon that is of the Battle of Plattsburgh period of time. So both of those resolutions are there. One of them was a direct gift from Clinton Community College. The other one is through a loan agreement to the New York State Museum, which is tethered to the Clinton County Historical Association. So if they can't keep it at Clinton Community College, it would have to move over to another location, and the Clinton County Historical Association actually doesn't have the space for it, so it was a natural.
Will this go in our new park?
It will stay here for now, and you know, we'll look at some opportunities for that though. Then we have a temporary seasonal hire for rec, another seasonal for rec, and then we have the disposal of obsolete equipment. So that is your draft material. Is there anyone seeking any to provide any committee reports?
I would just say we had a real good meeting with NYPA, New York Power Authority, last week, and we did re-sign the contract. Or you have the contract we have to push through, correct?
Nope, it's by an extension, a service extension, so yeah.
Okay. Some good news with them in that they are contracting with a local vendor, Northline Utilities, so the service should increase, it's gonna work much better. We did get some clarification with that, so the way it stands now, it really should relieve our people from having to do anything other than an emergency make-safe type situation if there's a street light down. I would just mention with the buildings and grounds, we do have the 1 temp hire here. We still have 1 position open, so if anybody knows anybody out there for a temporary position, summer help, basically mowing, trimming, etc. Rec department, we were real lucky to get Jillian back, and Beth, although a new hire, we're very familiar with her because she has run the winter bowling program for a number of years, for a lot of years actually. Recently retired, so she's coming to work for us in the summer, so we're gonna have some real good summer help there.
Great. Anyone else seeking to provide any committee reports? Going once, going twice. So, okay, I do know of a need to go into an executive session regarding the work history of one individual, and I always wanna make sure I get this one right. Collective bargaining negotiation per Article 14 of the Civil Service Law. Is there a motion to that?
So,
Is there a second?
Second.
Isabella. Can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Charles Costa,
yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Tina Bosley,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, we will go into executive session at 6:09 PM. No formal action to follow yet.